All right, hey, yo, what's up, everybody? We coming through today on another episode, third episode of Masc Off Podcast. I know, it's been a little bit. I only came through in one episode last month. Hey, it's been busy. New months, new goals, new things going on. I brought my mom through on that episode to get the ball rolling. Hey, the ball is rolling. So we coming through today. I'm really excited about this episode. Episode was really kicking off the whole point, the whole factor of Masc Off, as it is a platform to give women, presenting women, a platform to talk about their lives, talk about the things that they know, what they didn't know, and what they're doing now, and how they can assist and help everybody who presents masc and everybody out there in the world. And today, I have a special guest. This person is coming through, guys. I'm really excited. Coach Earnie Williams. Y'all, she played professional basketball overseas with the FIBA Basketball League, right? So, Ernie, I want you to come through, and I'm so excited for you. Let me go ahead and get there. Everybody just come on through, Ernie. Coach Earnie. Yeah. I'm so excited, so glad to have you, and one of the name of this episode. Let me say this. The name of this episode is called Unstoppable. Using your gifts to fund your life that you want. Now that's your words. Mm-hmm. Those are your words, and I wanted to use your words to set this theme off for this episode because it's going. I feel like we're going to do a whole 360 here. So just tell us about yourself, Coach. And your basketball journey.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you, Tiff, for having me on the podcast. Congratulations for starting it up. This is an amazing platform. I'm excited to be here and share my story. So I'm Coach Earnie Williams. I go by Earnie Williams. I'm in Austin, Texas. And right now, I'm a speaker, and I help athletes and other creators basically create digital products from their expertise so that they can start an online business, right? And so I'm starting that journey. And in my past, I've played basketball at a high level, all the way from, I would say, third, fourth grade, all the way to going to the University of Texas in Austin, Texas. And then playing 8 years overseas professionally in different countries in mostly Europe. So that's my background, but I love my passion and mission right now is to help people, make money and basically like what you said, fund their lifestyle, fund their dream, fund their hobbies or whatever they want to do from their expertise of what they already know or what they already really enjoy. And that is, you're teaching, you're coaching, or you're bringing people together in a community, and you're able to monetize that as long as you are impacting people, giving value, you are able to monetize that and be able to live the life you want. That's what I believe.
I love that, and I like that when using your gifts, using what you already have. You don't have to really reach too far.
No.
Because like, as we were speaking before, I'm a firm believer that we all are adorned with our own special gifts, and sometimes you got to fight through some things to figure out what that gift is or that purpose, if you will, and we all have that. So, Ernie, Coach, tell us what moment in your life attributed to putting you on this current path that you on right now. What got you on this pathway after that basketball journey?
I would say what got me onto the business and kind of entrepreneurship. Did we see that? Okay.
Yes, it's all good.
We still good? Okay, cool. So I would say what got me on to the life after sports type of like entrepreneurship and online coaching journey was just the fact that after playing basketball, after my last game, my last season, getting cut because of an injury, all my income stopped. There wasn't no income coming in. I didn't know about really financial literacy. I didn't know about investing. I was a bad saver. So I had nothing, y'all. And it's not, my story is not different from a lot of athletes, whether you making millions that we see NFL, NBA, sometimes WBA, or if you're overseas or you're in a different sport and you're making a little bit of money. Like I wasn't making no millions, right? I was making a little bit of money, but I was doing what I love to do. And I had no clue that I should have been working on my skills, right? Or I should have been learning in, well, and also kind of a side moment, I had a computer technology degree from the University of Texas. I didn't know I should be digging into that more so that when I can make more money while I'm playing ball, but also when I get ready to retire, that's I have a career. I got skills already ready to put in my resume, ready to go to a company and say, hey, this is what I've been doing for 8 years, even though I've been playing basketball. I didn't know why I had to do that. Right. And nobody else knew either.
Right. And so nobody was there they can help guide you through that process.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
And so after life, so having to retire and having to figure out what is it that I like to do, what skills and talents do I actually have that I had in basketball. My bad, y'all. You can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. Hold on. Something wrong. That's my phone being fuzzy. Is it fuzzy on your side?
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy on this side.
Okay.
But we got some winds going on in the area. There we go.
Here we go. Okay.
There you go. Yep.
Where was I at? But yeah,
you didn't hit nobody to help you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good. Yeah. So yeah, trying to figure that whole situation out after retiring. What do I want to do? What do I like? What can I bring from sports that was a talent for me that I can use in the real world? Leadership, discipline, teamwork. Athletes, we know how to work in teams because we have to. If you play a team sport, you know how to bring that to a company. You know how to bring that to a sales team. It
takes skills to be able to work with people and collaborate. How to because everybody can't be a leader, right? So it takes skills to know how to follow someone and how to lead. So I can see how you can pull those skills out of basketball.
Absolutely. So and it took me some time. I went into AAU coaching. I went into sales at Dell.
Okay, here we go.
You got it.
All right. So Earnie, we was talking about, you played basketball since you was a child. You say 3-4 years old. So like a lot of athletes, their sport becomes their identity in a sense, especially since they've been playing it since childhood. For you, how did you navigate shedding that pro athlete label to step into your role as that business leader and coach?
You know what? That's a really, really good question. And I do not think I did a good job of shedding it. I think when athletes can no longer play their sport as a college athlete and they have to graduate, or if they play longer like myself as a professional and we have to retire because it is our choice, or especially if it's not our choice, it's hard to let go if we weren't ready, prepping our mind mentally and prepping our life for that, for the transition. So for me, I didn't prep for the transition. And I fought it. I don't even like basketball after I had to retire. I wasn't going to no basketball games. I didn't want to get no gyms. I was sad. I was depressed. I had no money coming in. I lost the lifestyle of being able to travel around the world for free, basically, and be paid to play basketball. Right? I lost the confidence that it came with. Right. And so I lost a lot of that stuff. And now looking back on it, right, the journey that I have done and the work that I've done on myself and watching other athletes follow the same path, and also NIL launching, I'm watching this and I have a different perspective about shedding the identity. I don't think that athletes should have to shed the identity. I think that we should actually change our mindset to know that when we are playing, we're graduating at 2021, or we're playing a little bit longer for basketball, right? It depends on your sport, but I'm playing until you're good if you can play till like 32, 35, whatever. I was 28 when I retired.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first, quarter of our life. This is the foundation. And we are lucky as athletes to know, like, this was our talent. This was our gift that we just we gave this box, this gift, and then we unwrapped it. We unwrapped it and we used it and we got better at it and we got a scholarship. Or we got a chance to play overseas and play professionally, right? And it's now, we need to use that identity. That is the identity that we can use to prepare us for business, to put us into rooms that we probably wouldn't be in if we weren't an athlete, right? And so I think what I resonate with now and what I would tell athletes now is like, yes, you better use every inch, every drop, every juice you can get from what you did. Every bit of that juice, right?
Right.
Every time you had to go to practice, every time you had an injury and you overcame that, all of that stuff, coming off the bench when you knew you're supposed to be a starter, whatever, all of that, we have to use that to go into a business. Yeah. That's why somebody's going to want to work with us. That's why somebody wants us to come talk to their kids, their athletes, you know? That's why somebody can have more interest in us and respect us because, oh, you play pro. So what comes with that, what they're imagining is the work ethic behind that.
Yeah. The
dedication behind that. The transformation, the understanding of you are some type of leader if you've been able to do it that long, right? There's some skills that come with that. And I think nobody ever told me that. And I didn't feel very confident coming into the real world off of that. I should have felt confident, just like anybody that has a musical background. They can play a instrument like that, gets them into different types of rooms that I can't get into as an athlete. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So, and that's for everybody, not just athletes, but anybody that has something that they've worked on and you have an expertise and you can talk, you can just have a conversation off the dome about. Come on now. And you got to use that.
Yeah. You're right.
You know?
I love that. So you playing overseas, you played in China, France, and Romania. You know, with that experience, how did being in different cultures and environments influence how you now view gifts and the global potential for profit?
Got you. You'll have to remind me. There's a couple parts in there I want to make sure I attack, but being overseas in general, getting out of your country, whether you're from the US or you're from Australia, I think is so important for people as young as possible, even as kids. You have, if you're a parent, you have kids, get them out of the country as fast as possible on vacations or going to see art and just having a more open mind about people, about culture, about, how people live their lives. Do they live slower than the US or do they live faster? Europe lives slower than us. They enjoy dinner. They have 6-7 course dinners at home every night and they taking their time.
Right.
They're not eating so they're at work. They're not eating their lunch while they're working. They're not only taking 30 minutes for lunch. They shut the building down. They shut the business down so people can have fiesta. That's a lunch. And then they come back. They value their time. And that's what I really realized. My first couple of years, I played in Portugal first. Great country to go play for. In the first place that I was out of the country. Really welcoming and open to people, Black people, how I looked, masculine, and Americans too. So when you travel, you got to worry, as a Black woman too, you got to worry about all that stuff. And they were really open. So I just think getting out of your country, getting out of your culture, comfort zone will really help you. And also, it's going to definitely help you when it comes into business or partnerships or collaboration. When I retired at 28, I have probably been to more countries than maybe most people. And I've had to, every country for me, it was a different language. It was a different culture. I never stayed in the same country consecutively. Like some people will go over there, they'd find a great opportunity, great position, and they would be 3 or 4 years in the same country. I I was always in a different one, which I liked. And so that gave me more round view of like different places. And what I like to do is go into the country, and I like to learn the basics of the language so I can have manners when I go to
Right.
I can greet people correctly how they like to be greeted. You have to kind of assimilate into that culture. Like, don't go over there and reject their culture.
No, because
You
some
got to
things,
fully immerse yourself, you
because
know?
some things that we do in America is offensive.
Exactly.
In some other cultures, they're like the thumbs up, the middle finger.
Yeah,
You know how we are. Don't be pointing your finger at nobody.
I know.
Yeah, that's oh no, but that's you can get it. You can get in trouble, like
Trouble,
real bad,
trouble.
get a whooping, pointing your
Yeah,
finger at somebody. That's very rude. And so I get that it makes sense to want to learn the culture, at least learn some of the things to say or not say. So you won't be offensive when nobody look at you funny
hmm
or be like your girl. What's her name? Brittany got arrested.
God dang. You know what? I mean, just follow the rules though. Just
You're
like, just
right.
do it. Which,
And
yeah, her situation was super crazy, and it was too much. But it was like
yeah,
you gotta know where you at. You not American. You not.
exactly. And there's a lot of missing pieces with that. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
But I
we
know
don't know
that.
the whole story, but yeah,
But there's a story, if for sure. And big ups to her wife for pressing and pushing, digging that in
yes,
to get her back, because I really believe
absolutely,
it would not have made mainstream as big and as wide as it did if it wasn't for her. I
absolutely.
really
And
do believe it.
I think it also the country that the country she was in had a lot to do with it. Russians, like
Mm-hmm.
Russian the like Russian country, like they just deal with things a lot different than other
Yeah.
countries would
And at
have
that time.
in that specific time or era, especially with a high profile person like her,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'm glad you said it. It makes and whenever we go, right now, and not to hit too hard, but just to still put it out there. There's a lot going on in that country right now,
Yeah.
and traveling where we go, where you go, it's shifted. It's not the same. So
hmm
all those out there, y'all doing traveling still. You still passport ready. I know that's right, but do your research and make sure
Yes.
you're good where you're going, because there's still some. I was looking at some things. Some airports been shut down. It just be careful out there as you traveling and still, moving about, because it's still wonderful to see the world. Go, be safe about it. Do some research. Have your travel agent involved, little groups or something set
Yeah.
up, so you don't be mindful going out by yourself. So like, let's go into monetizing your
hmm
gifts and your profit coming from basketball. And now we monetizing, like, so you help people turn their gifts into profit. How
Yep.
do you help someone distinguish? Now, I love this question. How do you help someone distinguish between a hobby that they love and a gift that the market is actually willing to pay for?
Mm.
Hobby, gift.
Yeah.
It's two
Yeah.
different things.
They
Mm-hmm.
are two different things. You said a gift and a hobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe a gift, just like kind of Christmas or your birthday, a
Mm-hmm.
gift is something that was wrapped up specifically for you and given to you.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to do nothing to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to actually work for it. Somebody gave you that. Whether you believe whatever God or universe, you were given that. That was downloaded in your software, I like to say. What's the other one? A talent,
A
a
hobby.
hobby. A hobby, I would say a hobby is something that you at the most, like, you just enjoy. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be at a level of good or bad or whatever it is. You just enjoy it.
You just love doing it.
You have
Yeah.
so much fun doing it, right? And what I think is with a hobby, whether you're not that great at whatever it is, you can get better because you love it that much. You don't care
Mm-hmm.
about being at a certain level. But when it comes to a talent or a gift, the gift you have, and you have to do a little bit of work of unwrapping it, like an onion. You
Mm-hmm.
got to peel the layers back.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start to peel the layers back and you open that box and you start to work on it, and you start to do whatever's in that box, you start to actually use that. That's your gift. Like basketball was my gift. I had to work. I had to train.
Mm-hmm. Make it
I was,
stronger.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I had to develop it. If I didn't open my gift box, I wouldn't have got the scholarships that I got.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't work hard at my gift, I would just be kicking everybody's butt at the park. Not really on the main stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the gift, you just got it. There's something that you just got that other people, it's hard for them. They can't get it. Coach can tell me something, one thing, I can go do it, and I know what they mean, right? But I got to get better at it. So it takes me a little bit less time to learn. It takes me a lot less time to do. That's something that as a gift to me, or a talent, a hobby is something that you just really, really enjoy. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. You're able to enjoy it, and you're able to enjoy it with other people. And both of those you can monetize. Yeah.
Yeah, you can monetize. And it got me thinking about me playing my little football or whatever. Like, it became an unexpected passion. I did not know it was going to turn into that type of passion. And I never played in that way in my life. And it's a hobby. And I enjoy doing it. And I choose, even though I'm better than last season.
Right.
I'm still working on my stance. I got it. Challenging. But that's one of the things, like I'm fired up wanting to work on it and get better at it because I enjoy this hobby. But when you do hobbies, I feel you bring your gifts with you. And I feel like one of my gifts is collaborating, bringing people together. And that's what I like doing with my team, to help keep that, that meshing and vibing, that chemistry together. So I put my gifts into that, especially as being a captain. Like, I feel like that's part of my duties, to make sure we good. We got to come together out here on this field, in this trenches and stuff like that. So I love that. When think about athletes, right? Athletes are often taught to like focus on performance, right, and not finances. And as you said, nobody really was teaching you about finances when you was in the moment, and they may not have known themselves. So, like, what was the biggest money mindset shift that you had to make when you started working for yourself? And mindset to me is a big deal. It has to be a shift. So what was that? What was that moment for you?
Ooh, man, it was pretty quick after retirement, and I'm so thankful for it, because it set me on the path of financial literacy and how can I make some money, right? So I had to retire in like 2018, and I was working, had a couple of different jobs. I was an Amazon driver. I was a Lyft scooter mechanic here in Austin. And then I got this awesome, cool opportunity at Dell, the computer company Dell, to be in a 8-week sales program. And after that 8 weeks, we would get sent to a different department if we like kind of passed or whatever in the program. So I passed, and I started working with small business, selling data center equipment. So networking switches, servers, and different things for small businesses to house their data, right? And I will never forget this. So I got my first salary or contract, right? And it wasn't for much, but it was like $60,000, and I was like, okay, cool. That's at least a good start. It's my first corporate job. I don't know what people be getting paid, right?
Right.
$60K, cool. I was so heated. I didn't really realize in sales, there is your take home and there's commission. So of the 60,000, it was like a 60-40 split. So 60% of that is my actual take home or something like that. And 40 is the commission that I got to bust my butt for to get. And I was like, what? Nobody told. I was heated because whatever my, it might not even been 60,000. It might have been like 52 or 53. But I was so heated. I got my first couple paychecks, and I was making $2,000 per month. And it was at like $1,000 per paycheck. And I was like, dang, this is the longest 14 days of my life. I'm waiting on this money, right? I was like, the feeling of waiting for your money for 14 days and then it's only 2,000. I'm like, how am I ever going to, I just moved back and moved in with my mom, which is so helpful. How am I ever going to get my own money to get my own place, right? And start to save and all these things. And I'm like, this cannot be what people have to do for 20 years and stay at a company.
Right.
And bust their butt to move up. So it just set me on this path of like getting into podcasts, like learning about learning from podcasts, excuse me. Real estate. I'm just watching. I got into Gary Vee, talking about content. And so I'm in this world of online stuff. And I'm like, my mind is just ticking about what can I do to make money? And so finally, I had my trials and tribulations about different businesses, but I'm finally to a place where I'm like, let me just use my gifts. Again, here we are starting over. Yep. My gifts and the people that I relate to the most, athletes, sports folks, right? And so that's and something I love to do is I have a talent of understanding monetization. My mind is very strategic and is very creative. So when monetization comes up, that's what you have to be. There's a system, but then there's also flexibility, right? So I love that. Hopefully that answered your question. Did I hit all the points?
I think it did. I believe it did because we're gonna get more into that of what you do, especially for athletes after that journey when they are in there playing their sport. And so let's see. Let's talk about this. You spoke about your mom, if you will. So talk about that a little bit. You said moving in with your mom. Tell us a little bit about your parents.
Yeah.
And what was the gift, if you will, or the trigger, the biggest life lesson that your mother instilled?
Biggest life lesson. You know what? I was thinking about this earlier. Let me think. I would say the biggest life lesson that she instilled in me was to be myself, be true to myself, be true to other people, and to work hard, and to serve. I saw her serve. She didn't like get on me about you need to serve people, you need to be nice to people. She didn't say that, right? But it was in her actions and the things that she liked to do. She always helping somebody. She was always in serving. And what's crazy is I really, really saw her for herself. I remember this moment, and it was during COVID 2021. And it was like she was still going to like the church and just helping out, giving out water for folks and stuff. And I don't know what this thing is, COVID. We ain't supposed to be out the house. Mama, where you going? Why are you going out there? You know you're supposed to be here with me.
Right.
I'm mad. I'm like, why are you out there? And then you talk, listen, you talk about you going for a couple hours. You gone from 9 to 5 out there helping with the church.
Hey, that's that work. That's field work.
Right. And I was like, let me leave her alone. Cause that's my mom out there helping, and she loves it. And she's always been like that. Right. So that was really, really cool to see. And then she passed away in 2021. So like I really understood in that moment, but I also understood the people that came to her funeral, and the things that people were saying to me. Like she had older students from middle school. She was a teacher for 6th to 8th graders. She had parents messaging me on Facebook, sending me cards. She had older students that were already like in college. They like 20 something by now. And she taught them back in 6th to 7th and 8th grade. They're heartbroken over my mother. And they're telling me stories about how she did this and how they did that. And I'm like, yo, it was so amazing and inspiring to hear from other people. And, that's moms. Like I got to experience my mother, but I got to see her from a different lens that other people got to see her from. And that was her servitude. And that was her being very human all of the time and caring about people. So I think that is the number one thing is like, to serve people, to work hard and to help others as much as you can. But I'll tell you this, what she did for me as a young girl that had a gift.
Mm-hmm.
She saw it in me. She saw that I had the gift of basketball. My baby got something.
Yeah. Play that basketball.
My baby got something, right? And so, we were playing, we were living in Hayes, Kansas. Hayes, Kansas, y'all. Ain't nowhere. Don't go. There's nothing in there. But she went to college real quick. I'll tell you the story. She went to, I think she was the first athlete that went and got a scholarship. And she played 2 years at Fort Hays State University. It's in Hayes, Kansas. And I ended up just growing up there until 12 or something. And there, I was playing on one of the best teams in Kansas for our age group. Only Black girl, always, until a certain point on the team. And so we're in Hutchinson, Kansas. We're playing in MAYB league. So if you know, back in the day, there was AAU that was very all over the states, and MAYB was just in the mid states, smaller, a little bit lower competition. So we me and my Hutchinson team, my Kansas team, are playing in the tournament. It's the national tournament for the summer. And we get to the championship game, and this Oklahoma team comes down. They've got half of the girls are Black, half the girls are white. And then there's this Native American player named Jenna Plumley, who was amazing at shooting the 3-ball. I mean, she was insane. Okay. My team beats this Oklahoma team. I mean, we are gunning. They balling. Okay. We balling. My team beats them. Right. I'm the only Black girl on that other team, but I was the best player. So this other team's coach comes and asks my mom, hey, can your daughter play with us in our national tournament in a couple weeks?
Oh, I know that's right.
What?
Okay.
And so it was about a month away, actually. And so this is a huge decision that changed me and my mom's lives and my future for sure. So this man drives down from Oklahoma City, Coach Ron Hutton. He drives down from Oklahoma City all the way to Hayes. He takes us out to this place called Montana Mike's. It's like a Golden Corral. So we eat and we're talking. And it's probably, I don't know, his drive was probably like a 6-hour drive or something. But we're talking. He comes and meets my mom and all the things. And then we agree to play with him in his tournament, right? His team's AAU tournament. So a couple weeks later, his wife drives down to Wichita, Kansas, meets my mom. I go with her, and I stay with him, his wife, and his daughters on the team too. And I practice for 2 weeks solid. I don't know this man.
Wow.
Right? But my mom did her own research, however she did it, and she felt good about it. Right. But I stayed with them for 2 weeks. We had 2-a-day practices. We're 12 and 13. This is a 12 and under AAU nationals I'm preparing with them for. I don't know these girls. I just have a gift.
Right. That's all these are.
I have a gift that would fit in great with their team, right? And so I go play. I'm doing 2 weeks of practicing. I'm fitting in so well with these girls. They are loving me. I'm loving them. It's amazing. It's such a good energy. So 2 weeks is it up. I go back with my mom, and then we finally come back up. And now we're getting ready to drive. The whole team, most of the team, is getting ready to drive the families up to Utah, Ogden, Utah. We're 12. I'm telling you, we 12 and 13. We're going up to play. And so we go to Ogden. We're there for 2 weeks in the AAU Nationals. And it is I guess it's round robin, right? That's when you got to win. So you got to win to stay. As soon as you lose, you out. You got to go. So we're winning and winning. If you keep winning, you're there for a good 2 weeks. Man, we was there for 2 weeks.
The whole time.
We lost. So we won enough in the brackets to lose one game, but to still be up and ready, be able to play in the championship, however, some way. I don't know how it worked out, but we lost one eventually, but we still had a way. We won the tournament.
Wow.
We won the tournament. And it's huge to me because what is such a different landscape than basketball today. AAU today is like, there's a Nike national tournament, there's an Adidas national tournament, there's a Puma, there's a whatever. You just pay to go. It's not that you're the best. Back in the day, you had to play, you had to make state. State, you had to be the first or second best teams of your state, depending on how big you were. Like Texas is probably made two people could go, 2 teams. Oklahoma was 1 team or 2 teams. Anyway, you had the qualifying state to be the best in state in your age group, and then you could go to that one place that was the national tournament for the whole age group, right? So it's a huge difference. This is where all the good girls are, and this is where all the college coaches are. Where they're coming to see us at 12 and 13.
Oh, wow. So they already out there.
They out there.
So back in the day, you had to show and prove.
What?
Show and prove that you can play. So now you say you just pay, and you got the money, you can get it. Nah.
Yeah. See, yeah, they don't really know what it was back in the day. You was good, and you can't, like, every game you was on chopping block. You had to come with it.
You said you was pulled on your gift.
I was pulled on my gift.
Give you the gift. The gift, honey. So
Come on.
The gift, yes. And that makes sense. You know, it's kind of like singers back in the day, like our legends, like our Patties and our Rita.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I come up a little bit, the 90s, like our Mariahs, you know, our Tonys. Those women, you know, they sold records before all this online stuff. Yeah, you had to go in the store and buy their albums.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to do a lot.
The music is different. They had to put in work. Just like back in the day. Not too back in the day. You ain't down.
Yeah.
But just when it's just different now. It's just different how it is. So
but Tip, before you move on, let me add something to that story, because this is one of the jerseys. So we were the Air Oklahoma Stars from Oklahoma City. This is my jersey I played with 12 and 13, right? I got all my jerseys.
Wow.
But let me show you.
Yeah, let's see. Show the jersey.
Let me show you. I got some jerseys, but I played with this team for 5 years. The first year I played, right, I was 12 and 13. We got the gold. The next 3 we got silver. In my last year as a senior before college, we won again. So I love it. So we in the championship game every year. Now people know about this Oklahoma City girls. Where Oklahoma at? Don't nobody play ball in Oklahoma. Think about it.
City girls. That sounds like some old.
The East Coast girls can play, West Coast can play, but they gotta worry about OKC girls.
Right, OKC. You got me want to rep that. I ain't never been.
Listen, these are the huge.
Look at this.
About back in the day, they don't give this out like now.
Look at this. I'm trying to find the right button.
I know. Give me that sound. Hey.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
Not that one.
But this one is for the 2004, 16 and under, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah. So I was able. Our coach passed away, and his wife was giving some of the players some of the trophies, and I was able to get a gold and a silver. So. Yeah, man. So
that's nice.
I'm super proud of that, because that is what started this. That's what got me to be professional. Like, it kicked it off. And my mom, after playing and winning with them, we moved to Oklahoma.
That's where it was at.
We moved to Oklahoma. She got a coaching job at the same school with another teammate that was on the team. Her mom was a head coach. My mom was an assistant coach. I'm playing and competing for state at Sapulpa High School. And I was able to stay with that team, and that was everything. Our coaches were fired. Like, it was just a magical opportunity, right? To get into. And that's why it's like, when you have a gift, you got to open it and you got to peel it back, because your gift's going to make way for you. Eric Thomas says this a lot. Your gift will make way for you. And also, as a parent too,
that's true.
My mom was awesome in the fact that she saw it and she was willing to make the changes. We had to move states, you know, and I think she understood, because she was a basketball player, and she was like, "Oh, she way better than me."
Then she had to make some sacrifices.
Yeah,
and a lot of parents do that. They see that give. Hey, I gotta do this, gotta do that. That reminds me of who got sent off. Was it the gymnast? Was it Bow or?
Was it Simone?
Was it her? I might be Dominique Dawes. Maybe I'm thinking about. Maybe go back further than her.
Back in the day, yeah.
One of her, believe it may have been her or Simone Biles, and I apologize if which one. But they, they sent the mom sent them off with the coach to another states over to go train.
Yep.
And that's what led her into the Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it might have been Simone.
Yeah, just sent her off. I think it was Simone.
There's another one before her, Gabby Was it Gabby Douglas?
Was it Douglas? It may have been Douglas.
One of them, yeah.
One of them got, the mama then had to send them on off.
Yeah.
To go and get the training, to get the coaching that she needed to put her in on the path.
Yeah.
To the rooms that she needed to be in. And I think that's awesome. I think that's dope that your mom was your coach and she was there along for that ride as well. I know when we previously spoke and you talked to me about your father, and that you met your father late in life, and with that happening, what did you learn from him in that time that you did connect with him? And to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I didn't have much time to actually connect with him. So things happened so crazy, yo. And I'll just share this, and I'll get to my father. I retired in 2020. Not 2020. 2017, 18. And then I was able to have that time with my mom. She passed in 2021. But sorry, take it back. 2019, I got in touch with my father through Facebook and his family, right? So I understood I had an aunt, I had uncles, and then my grandmother, Louisiana Williams. So sweet. I got to meet her. And then my mom passed in 2021. And then I went to meet the family. But I went to Chicago to meet the family. I met the family, but I didn't meet my dad the first time. He didn't show up to his mother's house. And I didn't actually meet him until it was Father's Day or something that same year, 2022. And then I didn't have much time with him. We couldn't connect. There's something we just couldn't connect. I can't call it. I can't call it.
Understood.
But sadly in 2023, I think in November or 2024, he passed away. 23, he passed away. And so I lost my mother. I lost him early and didn't get a chance to connect. And then recently, right now, a month and a half ago, I lost my grandmother, Louisiana. And so I say this to say that I didn't want to retire when I did, but I think if I didn't retire, I would have still been playing for that 6 years, and I would have missed out on those 6 years, 3 or 4 years that I had living with my mom and spending time before she passed away. Right. And so I think about that, and I'm just very, very, very grateful for that. And things happen in life, and then you kind of see, sometimes you might see in the future, why that happened. So I had to retire. So with my dad, what did I learn? I don't know that I learned any life lessons, but I did learn something about him, which was really interesting and awesome, was that he was a person, he was also an athlete, football, played arena football in Chicago, and excuse me, was a really great athlete too. But when at his funeral, I learned that he was also a servant. He was also a mentor to young men, and also very loved in his family, but in schools with other kids, right? Other athletes too. And so there was this young man that was so broken up about my dad, and that he had passed away because he had mentored him in such a way, And I'm like, that makes me feel good. I didn't know my father that much, but that makes me feel good. It really makes me feel good. I get a little jealous that I wasn't able to be fathered and, have him as my father. But I think I'm grateful that kid, that young man, had that in his life. You always need somebody. Yeah.
And to learn that, well, this is me thinking you didn't know your pops, but to see that he touched some lives, he did some good things.
Yeah.
That's actually something I would be like, some good things.
Right.
Some good things about him.
Exactly.
And I know with the loss of him and your mom, that you was telling me before that kind of led you to a rock bottom moment in your life. How did grieving? Because grief is a something that heifer is something else. And because she's a I like to say when you lose somebody, let me say that when losing somebody, you're not the same.
Right.
You're not the same person because that person passed, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, whoever is close to you and that has a part of your heart. And when you lose them on earth, you're not that same person anymore. So like I like to believe that grief actually does build bridges to the new you. Especially as because it takes, and the bridges are steps, different steps, different moments, because it comes and goes. So how did grieving while also navigating life as a masked woman, who is often expected, to be the strong one, right? Yeah. Like, how did that impact your ability to process that pain, with that expectation? If you had that expectation.
What's the expectation? Can you say that again?
Of being the strong one, because
the strong one,
because you're a masked woman,
masked presenting.
Yeah.
I don't know that I had that expectation, or I felt that, because I'm feeling all this other stuff.
Right.
I'm just Earnie. I'm hurting. I'm broken. I don't know what's about to happen. And so I don't think I felt that I had to keep it together, because I couldn't. I knew that if I wanted to get through this, I can't do it alone. And before my mother passed, I was very do it myself, figure it out myself, don't ask for help, until I'm like, I really need some help. Yeah. But that's one of the big things that changed me is like, I'll try to do it by myself, but I'm gonna ask for help quick, because what do I need to spin my wheels for?
Right.
What do I need to go down first and go all to the wrong parts of where I don't need to be first and then ask? I don't need to get that deep. Right?
Somebody already paved the way for you. Like what the good book say, you have not because you ask not. And asking can be challenging because nobody wants to be rejected. Sure. But when especially if somebody has said, "Hey, reach out to me. Yeah. Hey, I'm here and I got you." You still don't ask. That's kind of like, what is that? But so I feel you on that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so I really had to open up and be vulnerable and tell people what I'm going through. Tell people how I'm feeling today, because every day is different, and every day, I can only go day by day at that point. I hit rock bottom after my mother passed, and it really wasn't real until about after a year. Things are happening. Some still good things are happening in work and life, and I'm like, I'm ready to call mom. But I'm like, oh, snap. I'm ready to text mom, but I'm like, oh. And that happened for a good year and a half. And I have those moments now where I'm like, man, I just wish I could share this with mom. But I just talk to her. I just talk to her and let her know what's happened. I know she's seeing. But I had those moments. And so, one of the biggest things about grief is telling people what you're going through, people that you trust. People that are going to be open with you and listen, right? I think we all have some people that we know that are going to be like, well, come here, let's talk. What's up? I got you. And some people aren't that. And you it's okay. You kind of have to know, but go to the people you feel comfortable with first, but also try to tell them what you need. Sometimes you just need somebody to just listen to what you got going on in your head, because you got to get it out. Sometimes you need a hug. Sometimes you just need to be around somebody. But so I learned to, even now, that helps me out with my friendships, work relationships, my romantic relationships, to be vulnerable and say how something made me feel, or how I did something that maybe it wasn't the right thing to do, or I'm feeling depressed today and here's why, or whatever, and this is what I need from you. So, and I know I think I didn't ask for help because I didn't want to feel like a needy person, like you always need something. But people don't think like that. Like,
they feel like they want didn't want to be bugging somebody or feel like a burden.
Right. You feel like a burden.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not a burden when
Nope.
you're, because everybody needs somebody. Everybody's gonna go through something in
Mm-hmm.
life where they're gonna need somebody to care,
Mm-hmm.
somebody to hear them out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that's one of the biggest things through my grief with my mother that I learned, but also boundaries. I had family issues now.
Boundaries.
I had to cut off some family that was not treating me correctly in her passing, and that sucks. But it's like that's what I had to do, and also I had some other family that saw it but didn't do nothing. So I'm like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. So I had to do a lot of therapy. I had to set my boundaries and understand what the boundaries are. Why am I setting this, and who is it? And is it manageable for them to come back in my life, or is it this is good? I'm good. I'm okay with it.
That's good. You're going right into it because I was, go right into mental health, that journey to
Yeah.
building yourself from being in that rock bottom place, mental health, and you said that word therapy. It's nothing wrong with it.
Man, no.
So that's something you felt like you had to do to
Heck
help
yeah.
to help navigate those emotions. Because what they say that emotions need motion.
Yes.
To move and flow.
Yeah.
So talk
I do.
to the women, like nothing wrong with getting therapy, going to seek help, like needing to have someone to talk to. Sometimes just somebody just sit there and not all the time say anything.
Yeah.
Just listen. So
Yeah.
so go into that song.
Yeah. I mean, when I knew I needed therapy, and I had my bouts with therapy and trying it. Even when I came out during college, my mom she didn't take it well. That's a whole nother story. She didn't take it well, and also I'm coming out. I'm finding myself. I'm like I'm trying to figure out what's going on too, and like how do I stay confident? All that as a freshman, I'm at UT. I'm trying to play, and I'm all the things happening. But I had moments of therapy throughout my, I guess, adulthood, and then this is the one time where like I was like, let me go to it and let me stay in it because I knew I needed it. So therapy for me was really tough in the beginning, and I didn't talk much. I didn't share much, but I just got to the point where I got lucky to have a really great therapist. We connected. I probably went through like 2 kind of interviews and kind of test runs with people to see if I connect. And I found the third one, I found my therapist that's my therapy right now. Therapist right now.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
There you go.
Yeah, and then I think it's funny. I got to the point probably like 2 or 3 years in where she was trying to break up with me, and we trying to break up. She was trying to go from like weekly to like every other week. I was like, no. We're gonna keep this formula popping because I need to make sure I'm out of this. But anyway, yes, therapy is fine. Therapy is great. And even if you don't feel like you're going through grief or you have any type of like crisis issue going on, I would say get into therapy because you don't want to wait till you're in crisis. Why are we waiting until we're in crisis? Let's do it now so we can build the skills and tools that we need to get through crisis. Because crisis is going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Right.
But I think therapy is a tool a vehicle to help you build those tools, those communications, and talk about traumas, talk about your feelings, and being able to communicate that and work through, like you said, emotions need motion. You got to work through the little stuff. Somebody did something stupid at work and you pissed, but you can't really take it to work how you really want to take it to work. So I got to talk to somebody about this.
Got to work it through. And it's going to take a while. So like people out there looking for, hey, there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, having someone to talk to about your challenges or help you navigate decisions, navigate feelings that you don't understand. Yeah. Find you someone, take your time. Don't feel pressure to stay with one person if that person's not working out. But if you're not ready to talk to somebody face to face, journal, write it down.
Yeah,
you can write things down, journal it. Type a mean, angry email and delete it. Get it out.
Get it out.
Cry, scream, yell, go into the forest somewhere and yell it out. So this question to shift from that.
For sure.
You now help people to use their gifts for profit. Is
Mm-hmm.
there a connection between the resilience that you learn through grief and the hustle
Mm-hmm.
required to be a successful entrepreneur?
I think for me, yeah, I
Mm,
think first the resilience within just my basketball career and
mm,
going from getting cut from teams when when I was doing my job. Let's just make sure that's clear. I was getting my points and my stats, being cut
mm-hmm.
from before for money reasons. Um, the resilience of going overseas, going to a different country and being like, I'm about to take this on. Yeah, different. I had coaches that spoke only Spanish, spoke only a language. I'm still finna. What they say? What he say?
What?
Oh.
I know
Yeah,
that was challenging by itself. Just a
yeah.
you want to
It's
feel. I can't imagine
it's a
my
challenge.
coach if he spoke another language trying to
Yeah,
tell me what gap to go through. I'm like,
sure.
what? But go ahead.
Yeah, it's a challenge, right? And
Yeah.
so that's one of the many challenges or things that that helped me through my, from a resiliency perspective. That came from playing ball, right?
Right.
Overseas specifically. And the main resilience thing for me was injuries, man. I had my first ACL tear as a freshman in high school, and then had a freshman ACL tear as a freshman in college. And so I've had knee injuries, little ankles, and all those things have kind of plagued my career. But I was so lucky to and able to get 8 years out of my
Mm,
body and playing. So resilience. But the biggest resilience thing I had to deal with was, my mother passing. That's my best friend. That's my
yeah.
buddy. That's my dog. You know.
Yeah.
I would drink. I started drinking a lot.
Mm.
And I'm pretty much I'm celebrating like a year, probably a year and some months of sobriety. My current partner didn't drink. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I knew I needed to. I knew I while even while drinking though, like it got bad, and that's probably for like 2.5 years. That's probably the most that I've drank alcohol. But yeah, it was to grieve. It was to cope.
Right.
But all the while, I'm keeping my dreams and the person that I know I need to be to get on stages to speak and do what I want to do. I know I'm keeping that in the front of my mind. So I'm in my mind, I'm grieving with alcohol, but I know I gotta be a different person. And so
Mm,
what's crazy is finally like I get to like me and my partner have been together for a year and a half,
mm-hmm.
and she didn't drink at all. And so that actually helped me, that she gave it up like 4 or 5 years ago, and that actually helped me to get on the journey of
Yeah.
sobriety, for not necessarily for her but for me, and to also heal my body, to heal my heart, and
Mm-hmm.
actually be sober and heal my emotions, because it's one
Mm.
thing to be made going through therapy and trying to heal traumas while you have something to cope with, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have anything to cope with. I'm drinking coffee and tea.
Mm-hmm. Do you think women that are match presenting that people overlook that they see us that we don't need help or see us to hold us in a light that
Mhm.
you all right. You tough. You're
Yeah,
strong. Yeah, I feel that.
for sure.
I feel that, especially, and not, it's not nothing negative, but especially in like family units when
Hmm.
there is no male
Hmm.
and you have the more masculine presenting woman, female within that unit. I can see that, um, in a sense, that can happen like that. So let's see. That was a
Yeah.
question I had wanted to ask you, but I want to go into a little advice. Let me ask this question. So, as a masculine presenting woman in both the sports world, right, and the business world,
Hmm.
have you ever felt pressure to soften yourself? Your presentation,
Hmm.
to be more marketable or more profitable. Do you feel like you had to soften up, so you could be taken seriously?
Yeah.
In a sense, that's the question I wanted to ask you to hear your perspective from that, because that's something that I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that question. I'm thinking of just thinking of the past. I don't think I think I've been very lucky to not be pressured to soften.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to, I believe, have a lot of gay lesbian coaches, which is awesome.
Right. So they automatically call they good. The culture, the
Yeah,
vibe is like set.
yeah. They
I
might have it because of how, college coaching is, they might have had to present a certain way,
uh-huh.
but um they never they never like made me feel or anybody else on my team feel like we had to present it a certain way, right?
Right, right.
Um and some of my coaches, I met their girlfriends and everything, like, which was amazing, right? And so I think I was lucky in that sense where most of my coaches were very open to us and okay with us and how we were. But also I have had teammates where there's not just one gay person on the team. It's quite a few of us,
Right, yeah.
right?
Sure.
And and also masculine presenting and femme, right?
Mm-hmm.
And however they present it, and we were all accepted, right? And so I felt going to Texas when I went and who I play with, I felt very um, empowered to be me. And
Mm-hmm.
so actually, I would say freshman year, I actually dressed like a femme, like a really sporty tom girl, and tom girl, in tight jeans and a little fitted shirt. But I had two upperclassmen that I was going to play with for 1 year, Coco Reed and Nina Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Nina was she was a fire point guard. She's a referee right now. But for college in Dallas, but they were the two that I saw. I came onto the campus and they were on my team and they dressed more masculine. They had the hats, the polos, the baggy shorts, right? The nice kicks. And I was like, wow. In my head, I was like, dang, okay, cool. I think I like to dress like that. So like freshman year, I started to change a little bit. I started to transform and go and shop with them, and I started to change my dress, and I felt confident. I felt more comfortable. I'll say I
You feel
felt
more
more
comfortable,
comfortable.
yeah.
I felt more comfortable, and I was still working on my confidence because I was still coming out to my mom, and I'm still like having my first girlfriend. So like it's all freshman year was lit, and it was so crazy. I tore my ACL. I'm going through all kind of shit.
I,
Yeah, so like I would say big up to them for giving me. They don't even know this, giving me a being themselves so I could be myself. Because I didn't really see masculine presenting women in high school
mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, I like them jeans. Well,
Right.
let me go get that, And I also felt more comfortable because I was out of my mother's house and I could kind of do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know why I thought about this when you said you didn't see. You know, it'd be weird how things pop in my head.
what's up?
The first person, like, but mainstream artist that I saw dressed tomboy and it was like cool and accepted, doggone Aaliyah. Remember Aaliyah came out,
Oh, yeah.
but she still was feminine, and that was
Yes,
still something like I still felt like, oh, I could be a girl. I could still look
yeah.
like a girl and still wear baggy clothes. Aaliyah presented that for me for some
Did.
reason. And then
That's
Missy Elliott
cool.
came out. I'm like, you know what? I was
Missy,
like,
the brat,
the brat.
right? Okay.
That's gonna come up one of my questions too. So like give me some advice for,
Okay.
this is if you can go back and to yourself, right before the pro career took off and the loss, what's the one thing you would tell let me read it right. If you
Okay.
could go back to yourself right before the pro career and the loss, what's the one thing you would tell her about strength? What will you
Me
tell that?
tell
Yep,
myself
that Ernie
about
about strength.
about strength. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, man.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you are going to have to be strong, and strong doesn't always, I don't know, it doesn't always look like being tough. Strong
Mm-hmm.
looks like being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Strong looks like asking for help. And it looks like giving yourself grace for not being perfect.
That's it.
And and also just to say, like, the things that are put in your way, to be strong, you got to get through them. You can't dodge them. You can't avoid it. You got to deal with it. Can't go over the top, to the side, or under it. You got to go through to be stronger. So when things come in the way, you got to just go through it. Don't avoid. The faster you go through it, the faster you can get to the good stuff. What's ready for you, you know? Because if we avoid our trauma, if we avoid our stuff that we carrying around, it's going to keep popping up. Like, especially when we don't want it to pop up.
Just right behind us. Just hide about
this. Just boom. Like, I
don't know who said this or who made it up. I don't remember where I heard it at. As you're going through things in your life, you grow through what you're going through.
You grow through it.
Grow through it. There's going to be some type of growth, some type of transformation. It should be.
Yeah.
You know, now, do everything is a lesson? I don't know. I don't want to put a staple on that, but some things you're going to have to grow through. You can't keep making the same mistake over and over again. Is it Freud or one of them said keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? It's insanity. So, you know, you are expected to learn to do things differently. So the show is called Masc Off. We get to see behind who we are, but with the mask off. What is one thing about your journey of rebuilding that you think other masculine presenting women need to hear about vulnerability and asking for help? And it's funny this question was there because you already started tapping on that.
Yeah. I think the faster how do I want to say this? The more you practice being vulnerable, the faster that life can happen for you. I think the faster that the things that you really want in life will come. Because I think at the end of the day, the things that we want, right? Our goals are just things that we're like seeking out can get in the way. No, that we get in the way of getting the stuff that we want. I think it comes down to a little bit of vulnerability, asking for help when you need it, and not trying to do. You ain't got to be everything and be perfect. You ain't got to be everything to everybody. You just got to be you. You know, like we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be tough all the time. And it is okay to be. Also, I don't know. I want to say it is okay to cry. It is okay to have more. I don't want to say more feminine things like crying, but because we're women, we are people. Everybody cries. Everybody goes through stuff. But I think embrace. That's how I feel. Like going through. I can't really explain the question, answer how I want to, but I think going through losing my mother, like. I am so quick to ask for help with my tribe. And also you gotta give people, if you don't know who your people are that like will step up for you, you do have to give them a chance. You'll never know. You'll never feel, if you feel alone, like I did, I felt very lonely. But also I was like, dang, I gotta give people a chance to step up for me. So that I can't feel lonely, so that I won't feel lonely, or I'll know that that's not the person to ask.
What I heard too is, what I'm hearing too, just the little pieces, experience. The experience you learn from that experience of losing your mom, you learn that I need to start asking for help. You learn something from that. And a lot of times experience is one of the biggest teacher that a lot of people don't give credit for. Sometimes the things you go through, you need it to grow. And that's, it happened like that way. I love that.
Unfortunately, you need that push in the back to
push and the friends and what they say, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend that says my friends are is the haves and have mores. And I was like, when she first said it, I was like, ooh, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody want no have-nots.
No.
What? Nobody wants no have-nots. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you, that don't mean I won't talk to a have-not. If I see that you got potential and you want more, but if you a have-not and you like being right there, you can stay right there.
Because I can't.
You'll wait.
I can't stay with you.
Nobody got time for that. So what are one daily habit that you kept from your pro basketball days that still keeps you productive today? What is something that you did from then and you still do now? Like I do this all the time. I put that crisp on my sheets. No. What is that one thing?
It's nothing like that. But the one thing really for me is I keep dreaming. I was such a dreamer about basketball. I was always thinking about basketball and what I could do and who I could play against and how like I would be at the down like as a kid, fifth grade, sixth grade, I'd be down the street at this church that had a basketball court. I'll be dreaming that I'm Michael Jordan and I'm playing against Shaq on offense. And then I'm Shaq against somebody else. And then I'm Lisa Leslie against somebody else. I'm just in my mind, I'm trying to do their moves, right? And so that thinking, that creativity, that like dreamt up me being a professional basketball player. And so what I think what people forget to do or don't do enough is dream. There's anything is possible in this life, and to dream and open up your mind to what the possibilities are that you want. And so like I dream every day. Like I'm just always in la la land about where I want to be. But I'm also realistic about, I'm not realistic because I don't believe being realistic in your dreams. I think you have to be unrealistic to get somewhere to where you want to be. But I think I am very comfortable and thankful for where I'm at the moment. I'm always thankful for what I have right now. But yes, I want more and I want to help other people have more. So that means I gotta be more. Right. And so always dreaming of what I want to get to and how I want to help people. I'm always dreaming. So
I love that dreaming. Speaking of dreaming, when we growing up and we are trying to find certain people to model or that inspires us, who was the first? And it's a two-part to this question. The first part, who was the first masculine presenting woman that you saw making it profit, that you saw realize that is a role model for you today? Hey, I can do this. I can be successful at this because she is.
That question. So I would say I don't know who my first like business type of masculine presenting like
or any model
person model, but I would say, and I didn't even look at them as masculine. I knew it, but I didn't. It was basketball players. It was like watching the WNBA and seeing the differences between the mannerisms of some players and other players, right? It as I grew to understand, they're more feminine, they're kind of more masculine. They're like me. They like to wear they braids like Trey songs and like a headband, right? So like I remember maybe Michelle Snow from Tennessee had that swag. Elena Beard from Duke. There's just different players like, and then I can't even remember like because they were like kind of old school players that had that swag, and it was just something that I was like, I think I recognized, but I didn't know they were masked, right? But I would say it's definitely basketball players for sure.
I get that. For me, I think, and there was a lot, but to think about, I think about content creators, Easy. I think she's one of the first mass presenting women that I saw was making it as a content creator. And now you got T. Sanders. She does the little round table with her friends. She just won NAACP award herself.
Love that. Oh my God.
That
show?
Yeah.
That little game show, not game show, but the comedy.
Yes.
T and all of them, I be dying.
It's hilarious.
I love all of it.
I love it. And she put a video out of her accepting her award when she was walking up the stage.
Yeah, she was like,
who was that holding her hand? Was it
it was a guy. I don't know.
But I forget it was an actor. And she was like, I mean, you know, I love that she did that.
Yeah.
Because as a masc presenting woman, she still showed that feminine side of a man. She's not trying
Yeah.
to be a man.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
still a woman in her femininity, and she did a little sachet. And I was like, yes, show them that you allowed him, you felt safe for him to allow you to be in that moment of feeling, let me tap into this because he's walking me up these
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah.
I think that gets lost a lot with
No, but let
us.
me say this, T, too.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when guys open the door for me, too.
Open my door.
Thank you. I need some
Thank
of
you.
that, too. Like, don't be looking at me coming like I'm like you just finna get the door for my girl and close it on
I
me.
love it.
Open the door.
I love it. Makes me feel good. Oh, there you go, ma'am. Thank you.
And that's also just respect, too.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
want to
I
touch the
open the
door.
door for many people, men and women. So I want that back, too, you know?
And
That's a
speaking
good
of
question.
this, what about like style? Did you so on the court you look, we got our jersey is our look. That's what we, our uniform is
Yep.
how we present ourselves. So in business, you choose your own. We choose how we want to dress, how we want to present ourselves, or or our own uniform, if you will. How does your personal style and the match presenting act as a tool for you for your brand with finding your style? I want to ask that because I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Finding style.
You know what? I feel like I really love style. There's so many there's so many like things that I love seeing that people wear or people do, men and women, mostly on the like more masculine presenting type of dressing. And I'm like, I will rock that. I'll rock that. And the styles are so different. I like dressing up. I like wearing stuff. I even like I'm a Bridgerton, right? I'm like I'm looking at what the guys is wearing. I'm like,
Yeah, those suits
let
are
me get them
nice.
7-piece suits too. I want a 7-piece suit. But I like dressing up. I like the different kind of Renaissance look. So I don't know if I can answer your question about style, but I am in this time of life where I want to just experiment and wear stuff and see how it feel and look. But also back style with one of my things of style that I've always had is I love bright colors. And I love to match certain things. Whatever I've worn, I've always gotten compliments on how I'm matching something. You know, so yeah. And I'm not afraid to be bright. Like have an orange, I can have a big old yellow something on. I'm not afraid to be bright.
I like bright colors. I like all colors. I'm one of them matching. I'm matchy. It's bad.
Matching.
I do it to the undies, ball to the socks. Stay Gucci down to the socks. Like I wear it to the socks. And I do struggle. I like in my like urban. I'm good. Like my chill well, my urban style, but I know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
Corporate, my business, casual. I'm good. Polo, khakis. But it's those other things like when I have to get something extra special. I kind of struggle a little bit because I'm not big on the suits. That's not me.
Yeah.
But I do like the African attire or that Indian with the.
Listen, the Indian outfits, I'll be like, let somebody invite me to a wedding so I have to get something.
I need somebody to come over here and measure this fluff, get this back roll, and get me right. So I really am into that style, but just being who I am too, just relating with being a match presenting woman and doing business. Sometimes people try to making sure people take you seriously. Yeah. Because sometimes folks see you first and not really see what you're bringing first. They prejudge you. So I feel like sometimes we fight through that prejudgment zone.
For sure.
But I felt like I dropped that energy. I just be me, and now I'm accepting. I find myself more like I got some endeavors coming up, some more things that I'm working on. Where a woman told me like we need somebody that looks like you, because you represent a community that's not heard from. You know what I'm saying? And like me, like a black woman, black mass presenting woman. It's a lot of areas that I cover. Yes. That a person such as myself could cover. And I'm like, hey, if y'all got the space, I come in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finding that it's we're wanted more. More match presenting women are wanting to be on different platforms and stuff. So let's
which is an
get you into.
advantage.
Oh
That's
yeah,
an
I think
advantage for us.
so, because it's a
And
path for us. It's a path. But go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a super advantage for us now that, and it's great because people want to be more inclusive, so they're looking for us, which is great. That's and rightfully so. Walk into those opportunities if it's a safe space, if you feel good, and take up space, right? But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like it's a huge advantage, especially with business, especially with whatever people are doing. So walk into that. Just make sure you feel good. People treating you right, even after you get there. Like we're just not a number, but you gotta treat me right. Yeah, and I'm a represent for however I'm gonna represent.
I know that's right. And before we wrap up, I want to make sure the people out there have a clear understanding about about your business and what you're doing. So go ahead and go into that. Make sure you talk about what you're doing and how you can help people, how folks can reach you.
Yeah.
And I definitely got some rapid fire questions that you don't know about. Real quick, you got to give me some answers to, and I want us to show off some of your jerseys, some other things that you want to talk about before we wrap up. So just because I really love what you're doing, representing the community, and it's a great avenue to help people after the sport, after pro athletes after the fact, because it's missed. So let's go into that a little bit about what you're doing and how people can reach you.
Perfect. Yeah, so people can reach me on Instagram at Coach Earnie. So Coach CoachEarniew. And then my YouTube is Ambitious Athlete. So, and I'll give Tiff the link so we can put it up.
Yep.
But yeah, I love helping people figure out how to monetize their expertise. So the specific things that I help is helping people create a digital product, their first digital product, which could be a mini course, it could be an ebook, it could be some type of product, right, that somebody gets to help them solve one small problem. And so what I teach is having low ticket digital products, could be $27, $17, but I also teach having a low ticket funnel. In the funnel, I help you build 4 different digital products. And all funnel means is that after somebody buys a core product, we're going to show them another product and another product and another product, depending on if they buy or if they don't. So it's kind of a very strategic funnel and a system that it works. And I think for people that are starting online coaching, it's very easy to do, to have something available. And I like to say that it is the engine to your business. I also had a coach where they were helping me to do high ticket. A lot of people say high ticket and charge high prices to make more money faster, but I don't necessarily believe in that. It depends on your audience. It depends on how much followers you have to be able to do that, right? And so I think for most people are just starting their coaching online business, but they have been doing their expertise for a while. So let's start easy. Let's start with a little product that we can test, that we can bring in money. That money becomes your ad spend. Now we can have an income for ad spend that we use, and we start to grow your following through ads, and we start to get more people to know who you are, right? But I like low ticket because it's a no-brainer price for a good offer. You don't have to sell $27. You got to sell $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 offer. You got to sell that. You got to be good. You got to show, you got to do all this other stuff. But when you have a product that solves one problem that people need, just like Amazon, right? People are willing to spend $15, $30, $20 on Amazon like that. And that's my idea of having a digital product and a low ticket funnel.
I love that. Basically, it sells itself.
It sells itself.
Right. I like that. I think that's so awesome, to the genius of creating that, based off your experience and what you've been through. Like, hey, there's a need here, there's a problem here. Hey, I got a way of solving it, and I love that. So here's a couple rapid fire questions for you.
Let's do it.
And then, I would love for you to show us some of your wonderful items there. So rapid fire questions. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How can I? What's this one? That won't it. But I like that won't it. But we're gonna
Don't
look.
give me the won't.
No, not gonna get the won't. Let's do
The
that.
won't.
Not the won't. Look, I found these buttons. Look, so okay, so here we go. I'm gonna mix it up. What's a better feeling? A game-winning buzzer beater or your client's first 5-figure income?
Shoot, my client's first 5-figure income.
I love it. 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 All right, so one fashion item every masked woman needs in her closet.
Fashion item. Ooh.
Right.
Probably a suit. I would say a suit. Probably a black suit that you at least gotta have a fly black suit to go to some formal stuff.
Go something wear formal. I agree with that. I agree with that. 100%. Something where to wear something nice, some nice shoes.
Yeah, you gotta be ready to be invited somewhere and be like, okay, I got a suit. At least I got it.
Yeah. You can't jeans and J's everywhere.
No.
Yeah, can't wear jeans and J's every doggone wear, man. I mean, it can be cool. I don't care how fresh and how white the soul is.
Can't do it.
Come on now. Anyway, what's that go-to track, that headbanger on your playlist to get you in that CEO mood, or to be your best productive self? What's that banger?
Oh man, it's crazy. I never can answer no music question with one song. I will tell you this though. I love some Brazilian zouk. I'm a dancer now. I do Brazilian zouk. It's a partner dance. In Brazilian zouk, I'll tell you this. There's an African song called Papa Tui or something like that. I don't know. It's a fire song. People would know. But should I look it up?
You can real quick. But you said what's it called? Fire zouk. What's the dance?
Brazilian zouk.
Brazilian zouk. That sounds kind of.
It's sexy.
Yeah, it sounds sassy.
It's sexy.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't know. I'll send it to you. But
yeah,
it's a pretty fire song. It's an Afrobeat song.
Yeah, I like Afrobeat song. Get you going.
Yes.
Like, let's say, what's the most underrated city that you ever played in?
Underrated city?
Yeah.
Underrated city?
Or country or whatever. However.
That's a good question. Dang. China. I would say China. I don't know what city in China, but I'm gonna just say China because really quick, I had an opportunity to play with a group of American girls that we were not Olympians. We were just kind of college players that were good. Mm-hmm. We played the Chinese national team in 3 different locations. China showed, like, their fans showed up and showed out. They love sports, but they love their women's basketball, which I appreciated and I didn't know. We lost really bad one of the games, and we had people coming to our locker room to get our autographs.
Oh, word. Okay.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, we just got smacked.
That's cool.
But I'm going to take that. Here, signature.
All right, got 2 more. So what's your favorite way to recharge after a long week of coaching? Or just a long week? I think that's good to tell the people, like, what works for you?
I charge with silence and quiet. Yeah. But I may go, it depends on what I need. I may move. I may go to like a park. I may do like ride a bike. I might do a pool, get in the pool. Or I might just like really relax at home and have a nice coffee in the morning. I like me a coffee and a tea, and watch a show. Like, I love to like really turn my brain off. I can only turn my brain off when I'm like watching a funny show, Bridgerton, or what's some good stuff? Lioness. Have you seen Lioness?
That's on Netflix.
That's I think it's a Netflix.
I think it's Netflix. That sounds dope. That sounds coming.
Nicole Kidman and Zoe Saldana. It's fire.
Ooh, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
that's how you say her name.
Zoe Saldana. That's the one.
That's a girl right there.
Okay.
But yes. I'm gonna check that. What's it called again? What's it called?
Lioness. I think it's on season 2. It's coming.
That's all right. See, where I am, I'll check it out in season 2.
Yeah.
If it grabs me, and I'd be like, let me go back a little bit and start from the beginning. I do it. I will say I'm gonna do my Star Trek fingers. I don't know why. I did not get hooked by Bridgerton.
No,
I have to try again. I'll try again for the Bridgerton out there.
I'll try. What about Game of Thrones? Did you watch that?
I bounced around. I bounced around with the Game of Thrones. I bounced around because I do like shows like that. I love that round table stuff, the dragons, and so I Game of Thrones is dope. I bounced around, it's kind of like The Witcher, but I bounced around with it. But what I did finish, I like shows like Vikings.
I was about to say Vikings. I like
Vikings.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
I'm so behind, but that first one that got me.
And it's based on true stories.
That's crazy.
It's based on true Vikings. These true people.
I'm sure.
I mean, of course they zooped it up for movie, but the lands, the things that they accomplished is based on true stories of England and all of them.
Ragnar.
Yeah.
He was
the spread of Christianity through the world and all that, and the Vikings and all that. It's dope. So, I mean, I
do like the Vikings. I like stuff like that too.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. So it just So last question: describe your current. This is like a hallelujah, shababa. Describe your current season of life. That you're in one word.
Ooh.
Hashadaba.
Transformation.
What did I get it? Transformation. I love it.
We are transforming. I'm about to get into my I'm a cocoon right now. I'm about to come out in a butterfly in a year and a half. Yeah, I feel it. It's stuff I gotta do. I gotta put myself fully immersed into some things like speaking on stage and my business, and then I'm gonna be a total different person about a year and a half.
I claim it for you because that's what I want to do. I want to be on the stage too.
Yeah,
I am gonna be a panelist. Just to get my little 2 cents.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Why not?
Somebody in the back ask a question and ask me.
Why not you?
Yeah, you back there in the red shirt. What's your question? And help them out and watch it help everybody. That's what I want to do. I want to be a panel and stuff like that. So, Coach Earnie, I really appreciate your time with coming in Texas right now with me. But I want you to show us some of those things you got, your jerseys and the trophy look. I just want to hold it. I think real deal. So share with us what you got, your jersey for your endeavors in other countries.
All right, I'm gonna take you to the way beginning now, y'all.
Okay,
can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes, this is good.
So I'm gonna scoot back so I can get some room. So that's not it. This is a T-shirt, Hayes Hoopsters. I was probably like middle school, 5th grade, 6th grade. That's a T-shirt. That's our jerseys. Okay, taking you all the way back. And then this is my AAU jersey. So this is like high school, freshman year to senior. Okay, AAU. This is my high school jersey. Sapulpa. Yep, Sapulpa. Yep. This is Oklahoma, and this is the Tulsa area.
All right.
Right. And so if you know basketball, I'm about to show you some jerseys that's gonna let you know what type of ball I really was. But we gonna go Gatorade Player of the Year in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I was also an All-Stater in basketball, All-Stater in volleyball, but I just didn't play in the game.
Okay.
I was a McDonald's All-American.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
Yep. It's kind of backwards. McDonald's All-American. And back then when I was coming up, they still had the WBCA, Women's Basketball College Association game. So I was an All-American in that. And as you can see, what's my number? My number, that's an 05 for 2005. But my number is 00.
You said a tag on that.
Listen, I still got I know. I was about to say, I still got the tag. That's how you know I ain't wearing that joint.
Yeah.
I couldn't find my game jersey, but here's my Texas practice jersey.
All right.
Our game jersey is way better than that, but and so here we go into my pro career. The first place I played was Portugal, a city called Coimbra, about 2 hours from what's their capital? Lisbon. Lisbon. Sometimes I didn't get 00 overseas. Sometimes I got whatever number they had. Okay.
Right.
And then so Portugal to Ecuador for 2 months.
Ecuador.
This team was called Feros Pechincha.
Feros
Pechincha in Quito.
Okay,
Quito is the
MJ
capital.
Number.
The capital, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
After Ecuador, I went to Spain. Boom.
No.
Yep. Spain and then Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
We had that pink. Okay.
I got what? I need to find the right size. Look. No.
Hey.
There.
Hey. From Puerto Rico, I got cut. That's the first time I got cut.
Oh.
And I had to come home for about 2 or 3 months, and I was working on an injury. And then I got called on Thanksgiving Day to go to Visby, Sweden. I was on a Swedish island off the coast of like the mainland. The island is called Gotland. And this was one of my favorite seasons. I did really well. And I was really surprised they didn't call me back. They didn't call the girl back. I was like, okay, well, I'm going somewhere else.
And that's coming off an injury, and that was one of your favorite seasons.
That's coming off of like a little calf strain from Puerto Rico, and then went to Sweden and had my best season. I was balling. After that, here's the jersey that I did. I wore going to that we were in China for 2 weeks. It was like a little tour. We were there for about 2 weeks, which was fun. Mm-hmm. Barely made that. I barely made that because one of my teammates from Texas was like, hey, we got another spot open because somebody else couldn't go. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. Right. And I think for me, that's really key because it don't matter. It don't matter if you barely made something, you barely got the job, or you barely this, you got it. Mm-hmm. And so you better run with that opportunity, right?
It's really like, it's just enough for you.
Yeah.
It was just enough for you.
Mm-hmm. That's all I needed.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I missed 2 jerseys that I didn't take, which I regret. I should have took them anyway. But this is my second jersey in Romania. I didn't take the first one. It was with a city called Galat. But this was about an hour out of Bucharest, which is the capital of Romania. This city was called Targoviste. And this was the first jersey where I had my government first name on the back. I was like, did y'all forget which name to pick? But yeah, those are my pro. That's my career, except for about 2 jerseys in my pro career. Like that's like really cool to show the different, levels of my playing career. So I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, that was dope. Cause it just shows your black girl magic, man, and just see what get out of here and doing some things. So it's been an honor, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for hitting me up. Thank you for the opportunity to come through. And little old me, early on in the podcast of Masc Off. And thank you for being vulnerable and showing us behind your mask. Because there's definitely more than meets the eye to women such as ourselves.
For sure.
And again, Coach Earnie Williams coming all the way from Texas.
Hey.
Thank you for swinging through, telling us and educating us on finances and talking about your business and your journey through grief and rock bottom and mental health. And it's okay to talk to others. And hey, we are unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And use our gifts to put us where we want to in our life, using our gifts.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your time and thank you so much. Guys, we're going to sign off right here. I see you next time on Masc Off.
Masc Off. Peace.
Peace. Hey, and you just stay on. I'm going to stop the recording.
Nice.